it's Giggy. Welcome back to SIPTOPIA episode 8. We ended last cycle with another bad tide. I can't believe we had 3 in a row. This episode we will be adding more to Beaver Paradise, and now that we have some metal, finally building tubing transportation. Let me go around and see real quick if we ended up... Yep, I ended up forgetting to readjust our floodgates here, so let me do that real quick. And then this one will have open. This one will be closed. We'll have this one open, closed. This one will be open. And then this one will be open. Alright, now that we've got all of that set up, let's take a look how we're doing on our number cruncher. We set that up last episode. Alright, so still got quite a bit to build on that. That'll take some time. Let's take a look and see what we need for our tubeways here. So the tubeway station is going to take 700 science. We need 500 for the tubeway and then another 600 for the vertical tubeway. So we don't have quite enough, but we are getting there, especially once we have that number cruncher built. We should definitely have more than enough. But I think in preparation for wanting to get all that done, let's go over here. I think it'd be a great idea for us to get another smelter going. So let's unpause that. And this we're going to do as a high priority. And then we'll keep this on medium because we want to make sure that they build this prior to building this. Otherwise they won't be able to get to the wheel. And that would not be good because we absolutely need the power. This one right now is only getting 80, but it should be going back up hopefully sooner than later once all the water starts coming through again. Let's speed things up, see if we can get... Did they finish the number cruncher yet? No. Okay, because I didn't have that as the highest priority. That's fine, they'll get to it after building the wheel. Let's fill in the pathing over here a bit, and then we can start working on what our tubing stations and tubes are going to end up looking like. I think for now we'll probably start over here, and what we're going to end up doing is putting it on top of some platforms. We have enough science for this right now, and then we'll put this going this way. Then we'll have the tubes going up, but we'll need our vertical tubeways, and we won't have enough science quite yet for both. So what we'll do, I'm thinking it would be a really cool idea to do an elevated tubeway instead of doing it very close to the ground. I think it'll just kind of look cool, almost like how a city would have it up high above everything. So let's do that and add in our tubeways on top. And then we only need a little bit more for us to go ahead and get the vertical, but this will take a while for them to set all that up anyway, so we're in no hurry. And then we'll add in over here as well, because we want them to be able to get home a lot easier. And I think we'll end up doing another tubeway station over here. Let me get rid of this tree. It is in my way. Get that out of here. And then we can add our tubeways going this way as well. We'll do another vertical going up this way once... Do we have enough science now? Look at that. Very quickly. Alright. Yes, let's unlock that. That'll work right there. We'll put a tubeway station over here. And then we can have this one going right there and connecting. And then we'll also, let's see, they got rid of that tree now, so let me put the tubeway station there real quick. Alright. And then we'll want them to be able to get all the way down here. Looks like that wheel's built. Did we get... Okay, we have the number cruncher built. Let's get this smelter going, because we're going to need quite a bit of metal for all of these tubes. But now I can go ahead and delete all of these. We no longer need them. And that'll save a ton of space, and we'll get 5 beavers back that can build or whatever they need to do. Let's pick up our debris here. It just doesn't look very nice. And then we'll connect our path going here. Waiting for that tree to be gone. Almost all the pathing here is filled up now though. Then I want to make sure that the tubeway stations are the next thing that they end up building. So let's make those a high priority. And then they can go ahead and connect everything. Since we have a few, we have 4 total unemployed beavers. So let's go ahead. Going to unpause 2 of these. And I also want some more gears going. Let's unpause one of those. There we go. And then we have enough beavers, or we don't have any more beavers that are unemployed right now. To make it easier on the beavers to build all of this, I think what we're going to end up doing is placing some industrial piles over here. We'll have metal and planks over here. That'll make it a lot easier for them to build, and once those are set up, then we can go ahead and set those to the haulers. And it looks like I can connect that right there. Just waiting on that tree over here yet. But this is all getting connected nicely. Then the beavers can access things a lot easier. Let me check real quick. I know okay, I did set those. I only set up 1. Let's prioritize these because I definitely want to make sure all of these are full right by their houses so that they always have water. And it looks like our tubeway station is being worked on. I'm so excited. With this update, having these tubeways, I've been looking forward to actually playing around with them, and we finally made it to that point. So it looks like they just need to put one little tap on this, and then we'll finally, there we go, we have our first tubeway station. Oh, that looks really cool. Alright, now they should be able to work on doing the tubeways once this station is done, and that'll make it a lot easier for them to get around here. Then the next thing that we'll want to end up doing is having the beavers be able to get all the way over here, because if they can access the metal a lot quicker, then they can be more productive, and we can end up having it go all the way over here for bad water, because that's the one downside of this map, is everything is a far distance away, and that's why I thought this map would be a great one for having the tubeways and playing around with them, because if they have any way to make their walk a lot faster, the better it'll be for us to get things accomplished. Alright, let's take a look and see how things are coming over here. Looks like we could actually pause this water pump because we're at full capacity over here. And it would seem I never selected what to have over here. So for now I'll just do algae rations, and I can always go ahead and change that, but I just don't want to see the yellow question mark saying, hey, you forgot to do something. Looks like, okay, so we have all of our mangrove trees planted now. We're just waiting for them to blossom so that we can finally get our mangrove fruits. So that'll take a few days. I'll have to keep an eye on that, so once those are ready, then we can unpause our gathering flag over here. Let's go ahead and check on, see if, okay, we have our other smelter going. That's perfect. Now that we have 2 of those, that should definitely help with our metal production. Gonna probably end up needing more. The little progress is better than no progress at all. So let's see here. We can finally fill in over here. And once they get rid of that tree, I can fill in there as well. And we'll have this path going this way. This one going this, nope. Yes, that's where it needs to go. Because I'll end up wanting to have another hauling post. We'll just kind of copy what we did on this side. We can do 2 here. And then this one will go this way. This one will go this way. And then we can even do one this way if we wanted to. We'll have to see how many we want to put in there. We'll add that in, and that'll match on that side. For now though, we do not need these extras. I just want the layout here, because this one we only have 6 beavers and we don't even have that full right now. And I do want to increase, oh, I need to set up this though. I forgot to do that, and we want those to be obtained. That way we can have the haulers move all that supplies over there. But I want to increase the priority of building on these because I want them to also build these tubes going this way. They can end up building down as well as up to make this a lot more productive. And that one will be good. There. That way they can go from up and down. And we have a few more places that we can add in pathing over here. And then this is almost done. I think we'll end up going all the way down. I know it looks crazy right now with this grid, but I definitely want to make sure that none of these trees grow back. Looks like we only have one over here. So for now, let's actually pause these. That way they can go ahead and do something else right now. Alright, while they're working on that, I think let's go ahead and set up. So we'll want another tubeway station over here as well, so that we can connect those. And put that right there. This for the tube to go up. Let me just make sure that I have that going the same way. Yes, I do. And then we'll end up putting the tubeways going up here. And then this can connect all the way over there as well. We're trying to make this as efficient as possible for these beavers. But I think this will look pretty cool. That way we can actually see the tubes. And it'll be pretty much so far one of the highest things that we have built. And let's see. Let's add that right there. And then we'll need tubing going this way. And connect it all the way over here. There. That'll work out nicely. Okay, so they finally got that one built, but it looks like they don't have... They're working on this one. So once they get that, then they can also build from the inside, which that'll help this go a lot faster. However, definitely going to need more metal, because what do these take? Let's see. Alright, so only one per, but right now we really don't have a whole lot of production of metal going. I think it might be a good idea to see if we can end up adding in at least another smelter. Let's see how much power generation we're getting. Alright, so that's probably part of it too. Let's remove these trees. We have more than enough trees. Because what I want to end up doing is getting a... where is that? An engine finally. We have more than enough wood. And this engine would help us a lot. Then we can get another smelter going. And this can also continue running when there's a drought. So I think that is going to be a great... Oh, nope, not... Yeah, that is it. It looked weird for whatever reason. Alright, that can go right there. Then we can just draw a path going to it. And this is now our highest priority because I want that built as soon as possible so that we can end up getting more smelters going. Because that's really what's holding us up right now, is being able to get more metal. Because as you can see, we only have 2. So they're burning through it right now when they're trying to build. And it looks like the beavers have started working on this as well. So that's good, because eventually we can get over here and get a ton of berries. There's berries for days over here. And I want them. That way, this is why I only built a small number of, or planted a small number of bushes over here. Because we have all of these berry bushes over here. So once we collect a bunch of these, we'll just need to replenish, which I don't even think we'll end up grabbing all those berries, to be honest. That is a ton of berries. Let's take a look and see if any of these trees were removed yet. Doesn't look like it. So still waiting on these trees to be removed so that I can end up planting birch trees there. And let's see how our mangrove trees are coming along. Alright, about half, some of them halfway or so, give or take. And then we'll be able to finally get our mangrove fruits, and that'll continue to increase our food. Let's see how... Alright, so yeah, all this we're currently... This is all lower priority, so we're still waiting on that. But see how cool this is? Now the beavers can go ahead go up here and then they can build from up top. So that'll help. They can build underneath as well as up top, and that way we can get this done a lot quicker. Like I said, it's just the metal problem. Currently we don't have any metal, so that's what we're working on right now. Let's see how that's coming actually. Alright, so they did build the smelter prior to building this. Okay, interesting decision, guys. I'm gonna need you to build this though, because now we absolutely have we lack the power right now. It's not good. The productivity has gone way down. Let me see what buildings are lacking workers right now. Forester, that's alright. And okay, another forester. That is totally fine. We don't need those functioning right now anyways. Since we ended up building an engine over by our metal, even though it's still a work in progress, and that's taking, unfortunately, metal blocks, but I'm thinking we're probably going to place one here as well. We have no need for beavers on a wheel ever again. So let's go ahead and place one. Plant it. Yeah, let's plant it over here. Where am I? There we go. Engine. And we're just going to pause this for now because I want them to be able to acquire more metal and start building this. But I do eventually want that built as well. I don't want to forget to place it there. And it looks like we have one of our batteries going, which is excellent. And that gives us 20,000. That is amazing. I'm very excited about that. And then they're working on these as well. So I was unaware that we were working on those prior to the tubing people. Why is that? Probably because those were placed before that. Let's see. I'm actually okay with that though. I want the tubing built, but we do absolutely need batteries. We want to make sure that our production can keep going because we had 3 bad tides in a row. If we get a 4th bad tide, I don't know. I guess I'll go buy a lottery ticket or something. But, finally, a drought approaching. Look at that. It's like I said it and then it just came up. It knows. So our bad tide streak is finally ending. We will get our first drought in over, 3 cycles. So I want to make sure that we're prepped for that and we can keep production going. Let's see if they built that engine yet. Okay, awesome, they did. Let's go ahead and prioritize this by haulers. And then what we're going to end up doing is adding in another smelter. We definitely want to keep this going as quickly as possible. How are we doing now? So supply is now more than what our demand is, which is amazing, but we'll probably end up having to build at least one more engine over here, which that's fine. We definitely have the wood, and where was wood? Okay, logs. So I'm gonna say instead of prioritizing this now, we're just gonna accept because we actually want wood to stay down here. We don't want it to move up anymore because we want enough wood for our engines. And this is only a temporary solution. Once we can get over here, and you see how fast this water is moving. Why is it not there we go. See how fast this water is moving? I'm very much looking forward to putting some wheels here. This will add a ton of power, but for now we just got to deal with what we have. And let's go ahead. Let's see, do we even have a beaver working here? Okay. Well, where you at? Are you just chilling? Why are you just chilling? Probably because I never selected more trees. Well, I tend to do that quite frequently. That solved that problem, didn't it? So let's go ahead and select those trees right now so that we can get those all out of our way. That was my mistake because I do want to add in another engine over here. And then now we've got another smelter. Let's see, how are we doing? So it's very close to what the demand is, not too bad. We could live with that for now. I just want more metal going. We'll probably want to unpause these to make sure that we're getting enough scrap metal. Do I want 1 or 2? Well, let's do 2. let's make sure that we've got enough scrap metal. Looks like we moved that out, so these are our metal. This was our scrap metal storage. Let's add in another one for scrap metal. That way, not that we need it right now because we're burning through it, but I want to make sure that it's placed down for when it's needed. Let's check on those batteries real quick. So it looks like we have 2 of them, and they're currently finishing that one up. They just need to push a button on these ones, blow on it or something, and then this one just needs a few metal blocks and that'll all be done. We've got our 2 subway stations already, and we're getting some tubes built here. So excited for that to actually be built. Then these beavers can get around a lot faster. I think it was 300% faster if I remember. Yeah, so plus 300%. They're going to be zipping around here. I think it's going to, especially at night with the lighting, it's going to look really cool to have them going back and forth. Let me take a look over here, see if any of our mangrove trees are ready yet. Very close. So just so I don't forget, I'm going to end up unpausing this gathering flag because I want to make sure. Oh, we have our first one. All right, perfect. So our drought started. Let's go ahead and close up. Let's see. Well, we could actually just keep you there. That should be fine. Make sure you're there. Let's see. We do want to keep in that water. Make sure all of these are closed. And close you. It's always fun to go all the way around. I'm really debating about getting that mod. Let me know in the comments if any of you use that mod for the floodgates where it just auto does it. I haven't played around with it, but I'm curious what your opinions would be on it. Okay, so we have a 5-day drought, and it looks like we have no power because I'm stupid and I never connected the batteries to the power. So that's awesome. Let's rectify that real quick. Let's see how high. Should be fine right there going across. And we can get this built very quickly. But that was my stupidity. Let's see here. Just completely forgot about it. And I'm hoping, I don't know if they'll actually be able to reach that or not. Let's see. How can we get them up there? Let's see, if I build a path going here, can they reach across that way? Let's try it. If not, we can come up with another idea. Let's see here. If they go that way, and then should be able to reach from up there. Let's then do a path and see if that'll work. Hopefully they can then reach this. By the time I get this problem solved, our drought will be over, but we needed to do that anyways because the whole point of having these batteries is for droughts. So let's get all that set up because right now these beavers are sadly not actually able to do anything. We're not increasing our food right now. We're not getting any more planks or anything like that. The only thing that's currently working, because we set it up with one engine, is we are smelting. So that's good because we did want metal, but I also want to add another engine over here because right now our demand is a wee bit more than our supply, so I'll need to set that up, but it's okay for now. Let's see, were they able to get that? Ah, perfect. All right, that worked out great. So now we can just go ahead and delete this. We don't need it anymore. Are you gonna let me delete it? Oh, because I put a path. Duh. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Let's see here. No, 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 no. I hate when it does that. We'll just do it the slow and easy way because I definitely don't want to get rid of our number cruncher. Alright. That's fine. Perfect. And then we just need 2 more and that'll be connected. Now what I'm going to do though, because the number cruncher takes 500 HP and I don't want these batteries to be out completely, I'm just going to pause that for now. What we really need is our production to keep moving, especially the food and everything else. So can you not reach those? That's something I did not. Too far. Dang it. Alright. So I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of those platforms. It's fine. Lessons have been learned. Let's get over there as well. Alright. Sometimes you end up deleting something too quick, thinking it's going to work, and it didn't. That's alright. No problems, just solutions. And let's look over here how they're coming along. Looks like, okay, not much progress on the tubing. That's alright, because I keep having them build other things. Alright, it looks like we are finally getting a decent amount of metal, so that's perfect. Then they can continue building our tubeways. And how are they coming over here? Did they finish that? Not yet. So they'll finish that tomorrow, and then we should have some power. And I'll probably have to pick and choose what we end up using, because I don't, well, by now we'll only have 2 days left of the drought anyway, so these might actually be able to power everything. We'll have to see. Definitely concerned with our current plank storage going down. That's not making me... Oh, perfect. Alright, now that's built, so let's see how we're doing here. Alright, those are going down pretty fast, but again, we have less than 2 days, so we should be more than fine. That ended up working out, so it'll be okay. It looks like we finally have a few mangrove fruits, which that's nice. Let's see here. And we should have our lumberjack to start cutting down these trees over here as well. Forgot to do that. And let me just make sure I selected the trees. I did. Let's go over here though by our metal. Those trees are all down now, so let's see. Nothing to do in range. Yep, I figured. Let's go ahead and just cut all of those down now. And then I can add in another engine over here though. Let's put one right here. Make sure that we keep our metal production going. And let's get that built as soon as possible. And they should be able to do it fairly quickly. We have 41 metal now. And most of our supplies other than the gears is right here. Which I might actually build a small storage over here just for gears, and then that way, because we'll be building more things over here, and then the beavers, oh, that's the wrong storage though. Oops. Let's see, I always forget that this one is the warehouse, not the industrial. And then we can go ahead and have some gears over here, and then we can obtain, and then once that's built, I'll go ahead and set that up for prioritize by haulers. And then we can prioritize that by haulers as well. And then we should have way more than enough power. We could probably end up building a... Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, look at that. It's just perfect. Alright, so let's hold off on building another smelter right now. I think we're at a good place. We have a decent amount of metal going. And we're currently working on our tubes, and that'll be our main focus now. So what I want to end up doing is changing the priority on this so that we can get that built. Alright, so our drought ended. So I don't forget this time, I want to go ahead and adjust these right away. Alright, let's make sure this one is set. Yep, that is. We've got... we'll open this one up. Actually, I wonder if I close this one and open this up, if we can actually store enough water now that they've built some of these levees over here. Maybe our beavers could actually start swimming, but I'd probably have to finish this up as well. It's not going to get high enough. And then, let's see, this one's open. This one's closed. We can have this one open as well, and then keep that one closed. That should be good. Alright, well this episode we finally got our tubing started, and that'll be our main focus to finish that up for next episode. We'll also have to see where we want to add more of the tubeway stations. We'll probably at least add some over here on each side, and we'll just keep building up. But for now, they have quite a bit to build already, so I don't want to add too much more until those are built. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. See you soon.